Hey, motherfuckers, and welcome. And especially welcome, as always, if you are trans like me, or you have ADHD like me, or you are neurodivergent in any way at all like me, or you're queer, or you're just one of the people who does not fit into the big scary world out there. Well, you're welcome here because this is my world. And if you're normal, you're welcome too. Come and join us. Come and join the weirdos as we talk about Dimash. And specifically, we're going to talk about silence. The way Dimash uses silence to play with us, to toy with our feelings. So, you see, the way music works is that you create tension and then you resolve the tension. And it's in the resolution of that tension that you get lots of the lovely, satisfying kind of joy, the little moments where you go, oh, I love this bit. So it's usually because the melody and the chords and the music are built up, and then the chords you do little tricks with chords to bring tension into them that make you kind of yearn for this resolution. And then the musician gives you that resolution and you feel lovely. So it's a little game. It's a little game you play. It's storytelling, like all art. It tells a story. And there's a desire in all humans to have their stories concluded. So you do that with music, but can you do it with silence? Well, yes, you can. Yes, you can. And who do you think is the grand master of the use of silence? Well, of course, it is Dimash. As every deer knows, it's Dimash. So I'm just going to give you 3 examples of Dimash using silence to brilliant effect. And the first one I'm going to play you is from the beginning of Love is Like a Dream. So you're going to hear Igor Krutoy's beautiful piano intro, and then there's going to be a gap. And then Dimash is going to sing. Well, what I want you to pay attention to is how big that gap is. Let's have a listen.
Я в глаза твои, как в зеркало смотрюсь.
It's really long. I mean, isn't it? I mean, it's really long. I think that's probably a third longer than most singers would dare to leave it. And I say dare because it takes nerve to leave space like that. He's got thousands of eyes upon him. And you know, when you're doing stuff live, you're all full of adrenaline, and your sense of time goes completely skewed, and you think you're doing everything at a normal pace, but actually you're doing everything much quicker than normal. So that gap must have felt even longer to him than it did to us, unless he is some sort of superhuman, which seems to be a distinct possibility. So what's happening in here? Well, he's building tension through the silence. He's making you wait and wait and wait, and then he gives you the voice. But the key thing about this is how well he timed it. You see, if he'd left the gap shorter, then your tension would have only risen that far, which means that the resolution when he sings is small. But by leaving it really, really long, The tension builds even higher so that resolution is much bigger. So it's even more satisfying when he sings. But the key thing is, if you'd left it just a little bit longer, well then you start to wonder what's going on. You start to think, oh, is there a problem with the monitoring? Can he not hear himself? And as soon as you start thinking that way, well, the tension is already lost. So then when he starts singing, it's not as satisfying. It hasn't worked as well. So what Dimash has done here is he has timed that gap to perfection. It's Dimash. Of course it's perfect. What else would you expect? But that's not all he does in these silent spaces. So let me give you another example. And this is from the beginning of Ave Maria, which has another long gap in it. But what I want you to do is pay attention to what he does with his mouth during the gap. So let's have a little look at that. Jesus Christ. So, did you see what he did? Did you see the little game he was playing with us there? You know, I may be imagining this, and this may have been completely accidental, not planned out, not intentional at all. But he opens his mouth as if he's about to sing. And so no, let me start that again. So you've got the empty space. And the tension builds and builds, and then he opens his mouth as if he's about to sing, and your tension now reaches a peak, but then he closes his mouth, and so he's not going to sing right away. And by closing his mouth, he has suddenly lifted the tension even a little bit further, and then he opens his mouth, and finally he sings. So it's like he'd taken that gap as long as you possibly could. But by that little trick of closing his mouth, he somehow managed to draw even more expectation out of that moment and delay us just that tiny bit longer for an even bigger resolution when his voice comes in. And how fucking glorious it is when his voice does come in. So, there's a one more to show you, and that's the gap near the end of Ikanaide. So one of the things I would say about Ikanaide is you should really see the original by Koji Tamaki, Japanese singer songwriter who is the original composer of it, because it is absolutely divine. I would say it is the equal of Dimash's version, and that is saying something, obviously. I'll put a link below in the description, but you should hear it because it's fantastic. So anyway, let's listen to it, and here we go. So. Did you see what he did? Or rather I should say, did you hear what he did? The breath. You see, what he's done there, what he's done so brilliantly there, is that he's just sung this enormous note. He's blasted this enormous belted note. But now he wants to do a quiet bit, a little hummed bit. And what the breath does is it draws you in. You see, you can only hear somebody's breath when they're very, very close, almost whispering in your ear. And it is very intimate, isn't it? It's very sensual. And so it's like he's blasted this big note over there, and then he said, come closer, and you feel you're getting closer because you can hear him breathe. And then, just as you are right upon him, he starts to hum that beautiful little improvised ending. I mean, I say silence, but of course it's not silence, is it? Because you can hear him breathing. But then silence doesn't really exist in music, not literal silence. I mean, it's like empty space doesn't really exist. I mean, you think you could go up in a spaceship and find just a square metre of empty space, and it would literally be empty space. But it's not empty. It never is empty. There's always something in it. There's photons passing through it, or there's energy in it, radio waves. It's never just empty space. And even if it didn't have those things in it, it would. It's still a space, and a space is something. You know, a true empty space wouldn't even have space in it. It would literally be nothing. It would be an absence even of empty space. I've gone off on a bit of a tangent there, haven't I? What was I? Where was I? What was I talking about? Silence, Dimash, silence, Ikanaide. Yeah, so how brilliant the way he brings us from that massive note and draws us into the little hummed section by just bringing our ears to his lips, basically, if that's not a little bit too sensual to say. So that's all I have to say about Dimash's brilliant use of silence. In the meantime, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe, because otherwise how will I know you enjoyed it? And I will see you again soon.